business, right? That's what I like to think of my company categories. This is show business. Okay, so one more time. Our panelists, God knows who Patrick Mitchell was. Okay. Thank you for laughing. Makuyo, principal of Sika Co. Ariana Cotalachi, former actress, certified life coach, transformational speaker, and Tiffany Fulcher, sales strategist and the founder of Convert Her. Let's go.
All right. Here we go. So the first question I have is for Makuyo. What are the key components of building a product that actually sells, not just looks good?
Ooh, I would say the main component is to remember that while the product is important, perception is more important, right? Let's just, by show of hands or however, who here regularly buys things that are ugly? No, like, see, you don't, right? Because it's ugly. You know, I mean, it's women here, we like to get our hair done, our nails done, facials. We're not going to go into a salon if it's in disarray, it's stuff all over the place. They could be the best in the business, second to none. We would never know because it's ugly, right? Because they don't have an identity. And so that's very important that the perception of your brand sets the standard before people even get to the product, right? So a brand identity can involve visual, so it's your colors, your aesthetics, even who you partner with. We kind of don't take that into account that we should, but our connections are very important, as well as your vocal identity, right? Is your messaging clear? Is it consistent? Do people understand the why about your brand? That's very important because perception is what gets them through the door. And the perception gets them through the door, it sets a standard, and then you follow up with your product and your product experience. We think about perception, it's always easier to maintain a loyal customer. It's cheaper and it's easier to maintain a loyal customer than to get a new customer. Why? Because you already have the trust of that customer. They bought your product, they understand your product, your identity. Not only that, they'll start to talk about it, right? Oh, I love this brand, I love this product, and they'll bring in the new customers for you. So I would say, while your product has to meet a standard, your perception is what sets that standard in the first place and gets people to actually buy from you.
I love that. So how can founders think strategically about pricing, margins, and scalability from day one?
Okay, I'll start with scalability. It's very important to have scalability baked into your brand because you can only get so far by yourself. So, right, having systems, processes in place, being able to delegate, that's very important. As far as profit and profit margins, I had a business coach very early on, and he recommended, for product-based businesses, he doesn't go anything below 40%. As far as a service-based business, this is a little more difficult because you have to account for how much is your time worth, right? But ultimately, whatever price you set, that's what it's worth. It just depends on your customer, right? I don't know very many people who buy anything and are like, oh, I wonder what the profit margin is on this. Like, no, you look at it, you're like, I want it, is it worth my money? And so that's important. I do see that, we can talk about strategically in terms of numbers, but I do notice that sometimes founders struggle with the worth or the standard they set for their brand. So for instance, I can love a product, I can love the brand, but if you have discounts every month, if you're running a sale every month, not just on Black Friday, I'm not gonna pay full price for your product. Why? Because you don't even believe it's worth full price, right? So oftentimes we look at profit and margins just in terms of numerical value, but it really accounts for not just the standard of your brand and the value of your brand, but your own standards and how you value your own self-worth. I have a quiz on my site. It's called a power signature, but because in business, we really have to tap into a very specific archetype to be able to say, this is my brand, this is what it's worth, and this is what I'm confident in, and not be willing to, negotiate too much. And so again, when we can talk about strategy from a numerical perspective, but really what it comes down to is not only owning your brand and the standard of your brand, but owning yourself, right? And being able to uphold that standard for yourself.
Love that. Yes. I was laughing when you said we don't think about profit margin because I might not be the only entrepreneur here who always thinks about the profit margin. question. Anyway, all right, Ariana, we're up to you.
Hola, hola, Miami.